Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. So some friends, one of our friends, our Saturday supper friends, brought some mulch over for us. We're gonna be putting some mulch down in the garden. We just thought you guys wanna come along as we put some stuff down in the garden. We wanna keep as much of that weed pressure down as possible, but I'm trying to make an aesthetically pleasing garden. Now remember, Mr. Jerome is coming back and he is going to move the fence to here, because right now it's too far over to the house. So he's gonna fix that for us. But for right now, we're gonna put mulch down. We're gonna go get it out of his truck.
Alrighty, you guys. So here's the garden. And of course, Devontae brought over some mulch. And we just used a wheelbarrow to pick up some of the bags. Some of the kids are going to carry bags over. And Devontae's also helping. So for some of you who do not know who Devontae is, he comes over for Saturday suppers. He used to take Taekwondo with the kids. They all him and Jackson started around the same time. Alana started a little bit later than them, so they all took Taekwondo together. And Devontae and Jackson got their second degree belts together. They were the only two that tested. And so we've been doing, the kids have been doing Taekwondo with him for several years. And he just became friends with the kids. And honestly, just did not grow up with the best situation. And sometimes when people are in those situations, you help them as best you can. So I know what it's like to not have a full family situation. So we try to invite him whenever, we're doing something. And he does come over on Saturdays. My other friend normally comes, but she had something to do tonight, so she was not able to come. And so since she wasn't here, we thought we could eat a little bit later and just go ahead and get the mulch out. So what we did was I didn't want any of the green in the garden, because Mr. Jerome, when he comes to do the grass, he's not going to be able to come behind the garden and bring the lawnmower. He does a riding lawnmower, so he's not going to be able to bring that back there. And then I didn't want to try to figure out how to mow the grass in between the beds. So it just made sense to put down some cardboard where we had, and then mulch. Well, of course, Devontae is not a country person, so he was getting his first experience in gardening and just how my family would do it. So it's all new to him. He was though a good sport, always a good sport. He is 23, I believe, and Alana's 19. And Jackson, of course, is 13. But they, like I said, they've all been together for so long taking the Taekwondo. So they just all been friends, and they kind of are like brothers and sisters now. And we don't mind sharing our family with other people. That's what, the Lord would call us to do, especially people who need family. Now, he has his own biological family, but again, there's some things that I can identify with from my background and childhood. And so we step in where we can. So I'm just getting some extra leaves and stuff out of the beds. And Jackson is taking our leftover coffee from our event on Friday night. And he is going to be watering the collards. But we are trying to clean up we have a lot of tools and stuff out there. We have some things that are going to the dump when Mr. Jerome comes next time. We took the wood fencing down and we're using the cinder blocks. We're going to plant some flowers back there in hopes of creating, bringing some pollinators to the garden. What we realized is we did not have enough mulch to cover everything. So once we got everything raked out, we were like, oh, I guess we don't have enough mulch. And Devontae's back there trying to weed eat. And of course, these are things he doesn't do on a regular basis. And so he knocked the weed eater apart. And then, of course, Jackson to the rescue to help him get it all fixed. And I had to help Jack. But we got it fixed, and he knows how to do it now the next time something happens. Devontae ran into the shepherd's hook. And so here they are discussing how it all happened, but it all worked out in the end. It was not a big, huge deal. We fixed it, no problem. Just a few sibling spats. Jackson's not an arguer. He's not going to. Devontae and Alana go at it quite often, but it all works out. So here I am just getting up that leaf trash, and then we just Devontae's looking up to see if Walmart has mulch, because he got the first mulch from Lowe's, but we don't live close to Lowe's, so he was trying to see if they had some at Walmart, and they did. So in addition to the 8 bags he brought over, him and Alana went and brought 20 more bags. And so this is where we used it to go around any green spaces except the very front of the raised beds. And we figured that's not a huge space, so Jackson can take the weed eater to that. If we need to, we'll just buy mulch for that as well. So I'm just going behind those cinder blocks on both sides. Now, my neighbor's fence is right at the property line, so we are on our side. Her fence just butts up to our property line. On my other side, my neighbor had a little bit. He was not directly on the property line, but he let me tie my fence into his fence. So I think he gave me 3 feet just for the fence portion, just for the front fence portion, because he already had the side fence up for his area. So I have about 3 feet just on the front that he allowed me to tie into, which actually finished off our entire backyard. And so we were working really late into the evening. We normally eat supper at about 6:30. And of course, we're just trying to fill in as much as we can, get as much done, so that when Mr. Jerome comes, we're hopeful that this project will pretty much be put to bed once he gets that fence moved and the gate up. Now, here's Devontae again, not knowing a lot about gardens, but by this time he's taken full ownership of the garden. He told us that half this garden belongs to him. And of course, him and Alana had an argument about the garden is not his and he cannot have ownership of it. He is learning all kinds of things hanging out with our family that he just never knew before. And that is perfectly fine with us to help him learn things. Somebody had to help us, right? So I just look at it like that. Somebody had to help me learn things that I did not know. Sister needs a new pair of boots. She only has her Crocs because her feet have grown out of her old boots. So she is dumping mulch out of her shoes. But again, all that stuff on the side, it's going to be going to the dump when Mr. Jerome comes to haul off the trash. So anywho, we'll give a full garden tour once he gets the fence finished and the gate up. That's what we're waiting for, to finish the full garden tour. And then I'll tell you guys what we have planted. We do have some plants sprouting and coming up, so that's exciting. But anywho, there it is. That is our garden. Thanks for stopping by.
Okay guys, so here is the garden now. As you can see, the mulch has been placed everywhere now. It was already in the middle, but now it's all along here. The soil is for the flowers that we're going to plant in the cinder blocks. Filled up all the cinder blocks, and then there's mulch back there as well. And we filled it all right here as well, right over here and behind these cinder blocks. Now we only got this far with the 3 bags that we had. We maybe need to get one more bag to put over there. And here's where we put more mulch, all the way back here to the fence, around the table, and on this side near the fence. And then we just stopped where the wood was. But there's gonna be the gate there. Other than that, Devontae watered, and it's looking good. And we put the cardboard down right around this part. You can't tell, you're not supposed to. But you can see a little piece right there. But it's looking good. And so this is it. So thank you so much for watching this video.
If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and then hit the little bell. That way you never miss an upload from us. And give us a big thumbs up, especially if you're a gardener person or you just like doing mulch instead. But we thank you guys for coming here, and we'll see you next time. Bye.